Oh, my God, Johnson was killed by an ostrich. They're still in shock. The ding-dong sound started again. Johnson has come back to life. And that's when it happened. There was a killing spree in the distance. It was an army of ostriches. They boarded the sand buggy and ran for their lives. The ostriches are in hot pursuit. They keep attacking the SUV. An ostrich grabbed Blackie's backpack, dragging him out of the vehicle. Luckily, Johnson grabbed his feet. He was able to hold on to his feet. During the struggle, Blackie's weapons fell out of his backpack. There were all sorts of things. There was a rocket launcher. Johnson pulls him back into the car, and then he punches the ostrich out of the air. The two girls have just crossed a sand dune. The front of the car hit a rock. The car rolled a few dozen meters before coming to a stop. An army of ostriches is coming towards them. In a moment of desperation, Johnson was the first to reach the street. The two of them continue to run for their lives. They didn't get very far. There's a cliff in front of them. Johnson steered hard, but he didn't fall off the cliff. Seeing the slope in the distance, he had an idea. He turned the car around and headed for the ostrich. Just as he was about to hit the ostrich, he immediately made a drift, again towards the cliff. The ostriches kept attacking the car. The roof of the car was torn off by them. The last barrier is gone. Johnson kicks the gas. The car leaps up the slope.
We're not gonna make it.
Finally, the car fell into the abyss. Several people survived being thrown across the river. At night, the guys came to a small town. They walked into a bar. They didn't realize Jurgen was there, and the case with the jewels. Suddenly, the lights in the bar went out. When the lights came back on, I realized that the key was missing from my pocket. The thief was about to flee. Johnson stopped him in his tracks. Through his words, the hottie realized he was a curly hair who entered the game alone. And that's when Jurgen threw an axe and killed the thief. Not long after, the familiar ding-dong sound started again. The thief came back to life. There were only 2 lifelines left on his arm. At this time, several people came to identify themselves to Curly. And the thief is indeed Curly. His current identity is the goddess Ami. At that moment, a female NPC came running towards them. He told Johnson, Jurgen is going to use the gem to ally with the Kababak brothers. He must get the gem before that happens. In addition, you need the desert fruit to defeat him. And with that, he turned and walked away. Hottie and bearded man followed. They came to a mysterious courtyard. There is indeed a desert fruit here. With the help of the hanging fire pit, she jumped to the tree, easily picked the fruit. At this time, Johnson and his men stole some camels. They met at the agreed location in the countryside. They had